There are always facts we don't know about actors. A lot of times they're hidden from the public. This happens a lot with voice actors since a lot of times we don't know who they are until the credits since we don't see them on screen. This was especially the case when Disney didn't even credit the voice actors until close to the 1950s. Check out this list we've compiled for you. Don't forget to like and hit that subscribe button below to join our notification squad and stay up to date with our other great videos, and be sure to check out our playlist. Can you guess which movies these emojis are hinting at? Stay tuned through the end of the video to find out.
That was fun!
Adriana Caselotti, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Walt Disney was very particular about releasing the identities of actors and singers who were doing the voices of the company's characters. He ended up keeping them a secret for a decade. Disney kept all of this under wraps because he felt if the audiences knew who was providing the voice of the character, the magic of the movie would be ruined. If you didn't know, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which was Disney's first feature film, was completely uncredited due to his rule. The role of Snow White was voiced by 18-year-old Adriana Caselotti, an Italian who was trained by her father to be an opera singer. In 1935, Adriana worked as a chorus girl for MGM prior to voicing Snow White. Disney personally handpicked her for the role. Unfortunately, the contract Caselotti signed was a career killer. It stipulated that she could not appear in any other film and media. Jack Benny, an American comedian, radio, film, and television actor, requested Adriana to appear on his radio show, but was denied because her voice would have spoiled the illusion of Snow White. Even though she could not take part in any film and media of any kind, Adriana took part in publicity for many years after the film was released. Ilene Woods, Cinderella. Ilene Woods, the voice actor for Cinderella, had an early start to her career thanks to her backstage mother. She was able to get her showbiz start at the age of 2, and by the time she was 14, she had her own radio show on the ABC network entitled The Ilene Woods Show. The show ran 3 nights a week and was a 15-minute musical series. Woods was also a performer for the United States Air Force Orchestra during World War II and sang for 2 U.S. presidents, Franklin D. Roosevelt and Harry S. Truman. After performing 3 songs for Cinderella for Mac David and Jerry Livingston, her 2 songwriting friends, she was asked to voice the leading role. Disney had auditioned and rejected 300 to 400 applicants before settling on Woods. By the time the movie was released in 1950, Disney had begun crediting its voice actors rather than keeping them a secret. Cinderella was a crucial project for Disney, who had been hit hard by the aftermath of World War II. Disney had struck it big with Snow White in 1937, and now he hoped Cinderella would be similar. It proved to be a massive success and marked the beginning in a new era of Disney animated films.
Ooh, I quiver with fear.
Jeremy Irons, The Lion King. It's hard to forget the haunting voice of Scar from The Lion King, played by British actor Jeremy Irons. He left a lot of us terrified. You probably never would have guessed it, but before becoming an actor, Irons had considered becoming a veterinary surgeon. He says he would have been one if he had a scientific brain. This may have come about because of his affinity for horse riding, his favorite sport. Irons trained at the Bristol Old Vic School for 2 years and later joined the Bristol Old Vic Repertory Company, where he gained experience learning everything from Shakespeare to contemporary dramas. His early career was very successful in the West End theater and on TV. Irons has collected 1 Oscar, 1 Tony, 2 Golden Globes, 3 Emmys, and a nomination from the Central Ohio Film Critics Association. He is among only 9 other actors to complete the Triple Crown of acting, which requires you to win an Oscar, Tony, and Emmy. Although none of his movies have gained a lot of notoriety, his awards in acting speak for themselves, and he is one of the best actors in Hollywood. Are you happy he decided not to become a veterinary surgeon?
Okay, scary feet, scary feet, scary feet, scary feet, scary. Kids asleep.
John Goodman, Monsters, Inc. Did you know that Bill Murray was the first choice to voice the big, lovable James P. Sullivan in Monsters, Inc.? Unfortunately, Murray leaves all casting calls to his answering machine, so in stepped John Goodman to take on the role. Even though he is best known for starring in the Coen Brothers films, he did a great job in Monsters, Inc. He is quoted as being totally dedicated and a total pro. Goodman is actually known for playing roles in animated films more than any other actor in film history. Before becoming a star, Goldman has done a lot with his life. Believe it or not, his first job was as a bouncer, and his first television appearance was for a Burger King commercial in which he didn't have any lines. All he had to do was bite into a Whopper sandwich with delight. Though he has been nominated multiple times for a Golden Globe and Screen Actors Guild Awards, he has never been nominated for an Oscar. He has, however, been in 3 films which have been nominated for the Best Picture Oscar: Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close, The Artist, and Argo. The latter 2 are winners in the category. Maybe one day he will get an Oscar himself.
You just kissed yourself a princess.
Anika Noni Rose, The Princess and the Frog. Anika Noni Rose, the voice actor as Tiana for The Princess and the Frog, never thought she would be cast as Disney's first black princess. She recalls watching Snow White as a child and asking her mother if there would ever be a chocolate brown. Her mother replied, "Probably, why not?" Believe it or not, Beyonce was almost cast as Tiana instead of Rose. She was expected an offer but refused to try out for the role, and Rose, Beyonce's co-star in Dreamgirls, was given the part. One reason Rose landed the job was because she had the pipes for the job. She won a Tony Award for the 2004 Broadway musical Caroline or Change. She also won a Lucille Lortel Award, a Theatre World Award, and a Clarence Derwent Award, and was nominated for a Drama Desk Award for her work in the musical. Rose was classically trained in drama at San Francisco's American Conservatory Theater. She then moved to New York to pursue her career, dreaming she could put her talents to use on Broadway. Her dream first came to fruition when she replaced an actor for the last few months of the Broadway run of Footloose. It would have been cool if Beyonce was cast as Disney's first black princess, but it seems Rose was well deserving of the role.
I am Merida.
Kelly Macdonald, Brave. Kelly Macdonald, the voice actor for Merida in Brave, started her acting career in an unsuspected way. Born and raised in Glasgow, Scotland, she acted in an amateur theatrical club, which she thoroughly enjoyed. It wasn't until she saw a leaflet for an opening casting call for a film that her career blossomed. The casting call was for Danny Boyle's film Trainspotting, set in Scotland. She was eventually cast as the role of Diana and was nominated for a BAFTA Scotland Award. Macdonald has won an Emmy for her role as Gina in The Girl in the Cafe. She has also appeared in a number of other films such as Stella Does Tricks, Elizabeth, Gosford Park, and No Country for Old Men. 3 of those 4 movies were nominated for the Best Picture Oscar, with No Country for Old Men winning in that category. Finding Neverland, which she also appeared in, was nominated as well. Macdonald also appeared as Helena Ravenclaw in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, in which she was the last person ever to join the large cast of the Harry Potter franchise. Did you know very much about this actress prior to this video? Edward Asner, Up. Disney Pixar's movie Up was one of those movies that made a lot of us shed a tear or two. Edward Asner, the voice of the crotchety old man Carl Fredricksen, is one of the greatest and most revered actors of his generation. Asner is a television legend, winning 7 acting Emmy Awards, which ties him with Mary Tyler Moore. He has won more Emmys than any other male performer. He is best known for his role as Lou Grant in The Mary Tyler Moore Show and starring in the spin-off of the title character in Lou Grant. Asner pursued an acting career by moving to New York in the early 1950s, after serving in the U.S. Army Signal Corps. He had landed a few stage roles and made some television appearances, but his career skyrocketed when he was cast in The Mary Tyler Moore Show. He has been nominated 20 times for an Emmy, with 17 nods for a Primetime Emmy and 3 for a Daytime Award. Besides being one of the greatest actors of his generation, Asner was well known for being a trade unionist and political activist. He also served 2 terms as president of the Screen Actors Guild from 1981 to 1985.
You have never been a more endangered species than you are at this moment.
Bill Murray, The Jungle Book. It should be safe to say that you all know of or have at least heard who Bill Murray is. The actor who has starred in films such as Ghostbusters, Caddyshack, and Groundhog Day is one of the funniest and most iconic stars in Hollywood. Now, we can say he has been a voice actor in a Disney movie after playing Baloo in the live-action Jungle Book. Another awesome accomplishment for a loved actor who got his start from Saturday Night Live. Since we mentioned Caddyshack, did you know that Murray opened a Caddyshack-themed restaurant? That's right. He and his 5 brothers, actors Brian, Joel, John, and businessmen Andy and Ed, opened the first Murray Bros. Caddyshack at World Golf Village in 2001 in St. Augustine, Florida. It is designed to look and feel like a country club gone awry. If you've seen Caddyshack, then you would understand. Their slogan is Eat, Drink, and Be Murray. Andy Murray has been quoted saying they wanted a restaurant that captures their family's love for food and presents it in a way that appeals to everyone. Have any of you ever been to their restaurant? Did any of you know that the Murray brothers had opened this up in the first place? Leave a comment.
Fish pee in you all day. So,
AULI'I, CRAVALHO, Moana. Sometimes the best are saved for last. This is exactly what happened when AULI'I CRAVALHO was cast for the role of Moana. Filmmakers had auditioned hundreds of women in the Pacific Islands before selecting 15-year-old CRAVALHO for the leading role. She was discovered by an Oahu casting agent who just so happened to work for Disney. CRAVALHO and her friends put together an a cappella audition for a non-profit event. They didn't get in, but the woman in charge of the auditions contacted CRAVALHO and asked if she wanted to try out for Moana. The rest is now history. The director, John Musker, said she was cast because of a certain fearlessness and in her auditions and callbacks. He also said she had a playful, mischievous wit. Like her character, CRAVALHO is a native Polynesian. Her having a Polynesian background has helped shape her into a person that is connected to family, hard work, and music. CRAVALHO has been quoted saying from the time she was a baby until now, she has wanted to be a Disney princess and then become a singer or an actress. She's already accomplished being a Disney princess, and she should have a bright future ahead of her.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Young Elsa and Anna, Frozen. Frozen was an old fairy tale made into something completely fresh for new audiences. A lot of you may not realize that the making of the film was a very personal project for a few of those involved. If you didn't know, the songwriters were a husband and wife, and their daughter sang the scratch part for young Princess Anna. Jennifer Lee, the director and screenwriter, had her daughter sing the scratch voice of 9-year-old Anna. Pretty cool, right? Lee stated that there was a sweet vulnerability and purity which they wanted to capture for the film. Their kids helped inspire the characters, and playing parts was very special. The young girls were put in the studio and they gave it their all. Frozen was a huge endeavor to accomplish, which took over 600 people and 2.5 years to animate the characters. It also technically took about 70 years to get made into a movie. The original story came from Hans Christian Andersen's The Snow Queen, and Walt Disney had envisioned of adapting it dating back to 1937. Is this the first time you have heard Frozen was a personal project to some involved with making the film? What did you think of this list we compiled for you? Do you know of any other secrets we left out? Be sure to let us know below. Before we forget, the answer to the movie emoji is, well, did you get it right? Please comment below. Be sure to watch our playlist, and thank you for watching this video.